Now, I'm not going to start this off by saying that I saw this on air on TV or bought from some sketchy store clerk, because, well, let's admit it. We all know that's complete and utter bullshit. But in all sincerity, let's get on with this episode. So it was about a week ago, and I was having a garage sale and I needed some money, so I went into my basement to dig through a couple of things in my storage closet. It was rather boring, and I didn't find anything other than a couple old movies and some toys from when I was a kid. But something caught my attention. One of my movies was a little heavier than what it normally was when there's only one disc in there. So I popped open the case, and sure enough, there were 4 discs crammed in there. The first two were Lion King movies, the next was a Finding Nemo special feature disc, then there was one DVD that was blank and simply said Spongebob, Episode 0. Now I've had my fair share in liking SpongeBob, and I never remembered an Episode 0, so I did what anybody else would do and I popped it in my DVD player. The title screen was plain, and I pressed the episode and it started immediately. The title card said Episode 0. It was weird because it was a very dark themed title and was completely silent. The episode started with SpongeBob sitting in the diner and looking very sad. He didn't make any noise and the audio was silent. It then cut to a mangled corpse of Sandy, and it cut back to SpongeBob sitting on his bed, and the audio was now on. You could hear bone-chilling screams like if someone they knew was about to die. But SpongeBob didn't move. He just sat there. It then cut to showing Patrick crying in front of SpongeBob's house. The only sound that can be heard now was the noises of a chainsaw. Oddly enough, it lasted for 3 seconds and then showed Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs, and surprisingly Sandy standing in front of a gravestone. They all looked very sad, and you could hear this music you can honestly hear some rather depressing music coming from the background. Then we approach the final scene, and then it cuts to show SpongeBob and Patrick standing side by side. They didn't really do much of anything. They didn't bother with it. It pretty much just cut off after that. I was quite horrified by this. I didn't know what to think. I then turned around and saw that my brother had seen all of that, as well as his friend Alex, who had been staying over. I didn't know what to tell them. My brother was traumatized, and he still is to this day, and my friend has since never came back to our house. I didn't want to say anything to anyone because honestly I didn't want to be held responsible. Hence why I'm sharing this with you guys. I'm honestly begging you, if you ever find this episode, just get rid of it. It's really not worth your time, to be honest. However, one thing I did make sure to do was to catch one single frame of the episode before I finally got rid of it. And that's a single frame that you're looking at as of right now.